Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this video where you're going to learn how you can personalize your cold emails and actually get responses. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. There'll be 4 things we'll be covering in this video. Why personalize your cold emails in the first place, bad email personalization versus good, mass personalization, and an AI personalization. But first, why should you listen to me? My name is Ark Referral. Me and my company Gamic Media send almost 100,000 cold emails every single month. We've worked with many different types of offers and industries, and here's some of them right here. And here's some of the results that we've gotten for some of our clients. We helped Deep Social add about $270,000 in revenue in 8 months. We helped Magazine Film book 25 meetings and close 2 new deals, including one of their dream clients who wants to work with them for life. And here's also some other screenshots of results they've gotten. You can go through my channel, go look at the results we've gotten. But anyway, let's get right into the video, right? Why personalize your cold emails in the first place? Well, you must understand, and I've said this multiple times, but if this is the first time you're actually hearing me say this, get used to it because I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. But you have to understand that you are a complete stranger to your prospects when you send cold emails. And that's the reason why it's called cold email anyway, right? You're a stranger that's in their inbox. You're trying to pitch them your services product. You're trying to pitch them a meeting, whatever it may be. But they don't know you. They don't trust you. You just randomly email them out of nowhere on a random Tuesday afternoon, right? So if you can get one foot in the door with something that's relevant and essentially have some type of icebreaker, the prospect will trust you more and be inclined to reply to you. And I'm going to say this again. You're a complete stranger. They don't trust you. They don't know you. They don't know who you are. So if you can show that, okay, hey, this guy has done his research. He knows a little bit about the company, knows a little bit about me. You know, he's not some just random guy emailing me. I can, I want to reply to this email, right? So ultimately, having some type of personalization shows that you're not just some automated cold emailer, and you're actually taking the time out of your day to do research on your prospects and send a thoughtful email. Now, the problem is you don't have time to manually sit there and personalize every single that email that you send out, but at the same time, you also realize the importance of doing so. So if you have like a 3,000 contacts email list, you could have the time, but like most of you business owners, you won't have the time to sit there and go through every single website and personalize 2,000-3,000 emails, right? But at the same time, you realize, this is important. This will make me stand out in the inbox. This will get me more responses, right? And that's the issue. So this is exactly what we're going to be solving in this video, and I'm going to show you how you can do this at scale without having to manually sit there and personalize every single email, but at the same time make it thoughtful and make it personalized. So let's get into the second part of this. Bad email personalization versus good email personalization. So there is a difference. So even if you personalize a cold email, it won't always be effective. So for example, here's like a bad personalized cold email. So it'll be like, hey name, saw that you went to Notre Dame. Go Leprechauns. My first reaction when I see something like this is, who cares? The prospect's not going to care when they see something like this. They might be like, oh wow, that's cool, but delete. Who cares? Nobody cares. This might make the prospect open up, but ultimately they don't care because it's not relevant to their business, it's not relevant to their job title, it's not relevant to their day-to-day stuff, right? How is the college that they went to relevant to their business or any problems at all? Stay away from these types of personalizations, as it's not going to work. Like, this type of stuff it's just cringy in my opinion. Like, nobody cares. This doesn't solve a problem that they have. It's not relevant to whatever issue they're facing. It's not relevant to their goals at the company. Like, nobody cares when you send something like this, right? Even if it shows that, okay, you at least did some research, it's not relevant. So don't use it. Now here's an example of personalization that will work. So it could be something like, hey, first name, as your job title, how are you currently trying to address pain point? So it could be like, hey, first name, as the VP of sales at Ogilvy Advertising Agency, how are you currently trying to address getting qualified meetings on your calendar every single month? That sounds relevant. That's relevant to their job title. The VP of sales is going to want more booked meetings on their calendar. So when you send with something like this, it works out really well. So why does it exactly work? Again, it's relevant to their job title, and it's relevant to what they deal with day to day in their business or in their job overall, right? And then on top of this, it actually shows that you did the research and you didn't just send an automated email. So what I mean is, like, if a VP of sales were able to get an email like this, they'd be like, okay, well, I mean, I get tons of cold emails, but at least this guy understands somewhat of what I'm going through day to day. At least this guy, takes the time out of his day to talk about, at least he can just buy an email list off online or pull an email list and just send out random email blasts, right? At least there's that. So it's relevant to the prospect, and it's relevant to the pain points that they face day to day. Now, the two ways to personalize cold emails are mass personalization and AI personalization. So let me just break down both. For mass personalization, we'll be leveraging the pain points or issues that the certain job titles face. For AI personalization, we'll be leveraging Clay and GPT to make a hyper-relevant email. If I had to pick one, like if you're like, hey, Arian, pick either one or two, I'd go with Clay because you can get super specific with things like scraping LinkedIn posts, company descriptions, previous job titles they had. See if they're running, if they have certain things on their website, you can leverage their case. Like, there's so many things you could do with Clay. So if I had to pick one, I'd pick Clay. But if you're just starting out to do cold emails, the mass personalization is what I'd recommend, because it still works. Ultimately, both of these methods still work. One is better than the other, but one has a steeper learning curve. So as you can see here, I have it right here. Mass personalization is easier to do, but it's less effective. AI personalization is harder to do, but it's more effective if it's done right. If you could feed GPT some good prompts, or if you pull your data from a very good website, you'll make a super relevant personalized email. So let's get into mass personalization, right? Mass personalization is all about connecting with the prospects by focusing on common problems they face because of their job title or industry. So for example, like I said, as the VP of Salesforce, I'm sure you're always looking for new ways to put qualified meetings on your calendar. You see how you can use this broadly for practically all VP of sales companies, or let's just say job titles world, but like you can literally send this out to all types of VP of sales, because all of them deal with this common problem. All of them have this problem of not having qualified sales meetings on their calendar for their sales team, right? So you can send this out for every single VP of sales. This is a pain point that they all most likely face in their day-to-day, and you can find these pain points by doing market research. So here's how. Let me get some quick water. So here's how you do it, right? So for this, we're going to use ChatGPT, and here's the prompt I usually use. So put yourself okay, I'll let you guys read it, but basically in this example, I'm targeting CEOs of real estate companies, but you can use whatever job title or industry that you choose. So like the prompt is just, hey, put yourself in the shoes of and you want to give the job title that you're targeting and the industry that you're targeting. And then you want to say, okay, once you have the job title, the industry that you want to target, your ICP essentially, you want to ask GPT, what keeps you up at night on the marketing side of your business, or your operations side of your business, or your procurement, whatever your services or product you're trying to sell to the person. Ask GPT, what keeps you up on that side of your business? And then be like, okay, what keeps you up on that side of your business that you'd hire outside agency to come in and fix for you? So you can be like outside agency or outside vendor, whatever it may be. The whole point here is just getting in the head of your ideal customers and trying to see what are their biggest pain points and leveraging those pain points into your email, right? Now, we're going to turn all of these pain points here into engaging questions for our email. So once you've asked GPT those questions, it should have given you like a laundry list of pain points. Now we're going to ask GPT to turn those pain points into engaging questions. So for CEOs of real estate companies, here's their pain points. So it was like ineffective lead generation, brand visibility, reputations, digital marketing and technology gaps. And then I turned those pain points into engaging questions and just saying, okay, are you struggling to generate high quality leads in a competitive real estate market? Is your real estate brand getting lost in the crowd, making it difficult to attract new clients? Do you feel like your digital marketing efforts are falling behind, leaving potential clients out of reach? These are day-to-day things that the CEO of a real estate company thinks right? When it comes to their marketing, these are the stuff that they deal with every single day, and GPT is able to get us out for free. So this is so good when you can just leverage this in your emails, right? Now, some of these might sound a little automated, so you can ask GPT to give you variations of specific ones until you find ones that stick. So, for example, out of all of these, I liked number 1 the most, but it's still, I mean, like, this kind of sounds automated, I won't lie, but you could just be like, okay, give me variations of whatever number you want, make it at a 7th grade reading level, and make it engaging and simple. And the reason why you want to make it at a 7th grade reading level, by the way, is that the average reading level of an American is 7th grade. So make your script super simple. Make it so that anybody can understand. So that's why I say make it 7th grade reading level. And then once I inputted that, it said, okay, are you having trouble getting good leads in a tough real estate market? Is it hard to find quality leads in your real estate business? Struggling to get the right leads in the crowded real estate market. You get my point. Out of all of these, I like number 3 the best. So here's how I'd write this in an email. So it could be like, hey, John, as the CEO of a real estate company hey, John, as the CEO, you can also put the company name here. As the CEO of Compass, are you struggling to get the right leads in the crowded market? Not bad. It's not bad. It could be improved, and you can ask GPT to probe it more. You could be like, make it more engaging. Make it super specific to the CEO job title. But this is not bad, honestly. And the entire point here is to poke the bear. This is a copywriting framework that Josh Braun teaches, but you basically want to just ask a question that the prospect is actually dealing with, and you want to ask a question the prospect is actually dealing with and will entice them to get a response, essentially. They probably are feeling this pain. You just want to come in and sympathize with them, making it seem like you really understand what they're going through. That's pretty much it. So poke the bear, ask the question, and get them to say, yeah, I am dealing with this pain point. Yeah, it is hard to get the right leads in this freaking crowded real estate market when there's all these other real estate companies here. That type of thing. Now, for AI personalization, and excuse me, let me go back to this real quick. That's pretty much it for mass personalization. You can just have this first line in the email and then go into your offer. So, hey, John, as the CEO of a real estate company, are you struggling to get the right leads in a crowded market? If so, we can help you do blah, 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 blah. But like, you basically want to have that in as the first line, go into your offer, go to your case study, go to your call to action. It will work out very well. Now, for AI personalization, I want you to imagine a world where you can reach out to thousands of prospects every single day and make it seem like you personally hand wrote every single email. And you can absolutely do this using Clay and GPT. So let me show you how. Clay is the prospecting tool. For those of you who are not familiar with this, Clay is a prospecting tool that helps you create lead lists and write copy by connecting with other softwares. You can kind of look at it like a mass integration software. You can integrate everything and you pull data from everything and integrate it all in one software. You can pull data from companies' websites, their LinkedIn profile, hiring posts, and so much more. And this is how you can create truly relevant cold emails at scale. And I'll show you 2 examples to show you the power of Clay. And this is something new that I'm just getting into for our agency, but this is so good. Trust me, this is a game changer when it comes to cold email. So in this example, we're going to call out a competitor, right? And this workflow works great for all SMBs, but even if you're not a small business, or even if you're not targeting small businesses, this can also work out very well. But basically, you want to scrape local businesses with a tool like Outscraper. You want to verify the lead list and then import it into Clay. If you are having trouble on this part, you can also watch my videos on how to find leads for local businesses. It's on my channel. Go check it out. You'll learn how to do all of this stuff here. But basically, once you've scraped local businesses, verified the lead list, you want to put that lead list into Clay. Once you've imported it, you can delete everything else besides the email, the name, but you want to keep the site, so their website column, and their address, right? And then what you can do is using ClayGent. ClayGent is it's essentially like their version of GPT, but you can use ClayGent to prompt it to search for its competitor. So here's the prompt. So you're going to say like, hey, using this company's website, and you're going to use the website from here, and using their address, you can use the address here, find me their competitors in their area. Since we're looking for competitors of this website, don't output me their own name. Separate the results by commas and find me the 2 most likely competitors that you're most confident of in their area. And what this will do is you'll go to their website, it'll go to their address, it'll look for local competitors in their area, and then output them. Do you see how powerful this is for doing this at scale for over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people? This is so good. And then it should now output you 2 competitors of that business. And here's how you can use this data in your email. So you can be like, hey name, it looks like your competitor 1 and competitor 2 are the top choices for cars in your area according to Google. We can help you beat your competition and make you the leading car dealership in Miami using our videos. Interested in learning how? That is so good because it's super relevant to the prospects. So when you look up, for example, when I was doing research for car dealerships for our client in Miami, one of the biggest pain points that car dealerships had when I looked it up was they wanted to stand out from competitors. They wanted to stand out in a crowded market. So if you could be like, hey, we can help you beat your competitors who are also in your area by, using whatever, so-and-so, this is speaking directly to their pain points, and you're calling out the exact competitor in their area. Imagine you're a car dealership in Miami, and there's this other car dealership down the street who people always, drive by your 2 locations, and they always have trouble picking between your dealership and the other person's dealership. If you can say, hey, we can help you beat that dealership down the street and overtake them, the guy or girl reading that email is going to be like, yes, I am interested. I've been wanting to beat this dealership for years. So this is just an example of how powerful it can be. All you're doing is just using the website and the address to find the local competitors and just put that in email. And like I said, even if you're not targeting local small businesses, you can still use this. You obviously don't have the address, but you can still use this by just saying, hey, using this company's website and analyzing their services or product, tell me the 2 closest competitors, or 2 most likely competitors that they have. And then you can mention the competitors in the email and be like, hey, we can help you beat them by using this, and this, and transition to your offer. So this is a really good example of how you can use AI to make a super personalized and relevant cold email, right? Now, the second example I have is coming up with ideas. Now, this is really good if you're some type of, let's say, web design, video, creative, or let's say, honestly, this might work for all. But this is really good for those types of companies, right? So using the mass personalization pain points that we got above, we're going to tailor this parts of the scripts to their pains. So for this example, I said 4 examples, but for this example, here's some pain points that logistics SaaS companies face when it comes to their marketing, right? So they have, it's hard for them to demonstrate complex solutions. It's hard for them to stand on a crowded market. It's hard for them to build trust and credibility. These are all pain points that logistics SaaS companies face, right? So all you have to do is pick one of these pain points. Ideally, you want to put the first one because GPT will give out the most common pain points or the common things in the first, but by order essentially. So the first one is probably the hardest one, and put it into Cleb. So our client is a video production agency selling to logistics SaaS companies, right? For just to give you more context. And here's where we prompted GPT. And again, when you pull this lead list, keep the websites of the companies for Clay. So basically what you're going to do is, hey, create 2 high authority video ideas based off of website. They should be video ideas that either help the company differentiate themselves, so this above, in the competitive market, or build brand awareness and trust, or this right here. They should be bullet points, be more detailed, provide specific recommendations for sites. The ideas must remain under 40 characters. It is of utmost importance that the ideas are short but relevant to the prospect, right? And then here's some of the ideas we got. So client success stories, visual transportation tips, fleet management simplified, that's pretty good. Unboxing 2 maquillage, pretty good. Unlocking procurement insights, good. Innovative design case studies, that's okay. Supplier diversity, that's good. Innovative design process, that's okay. Sustainable style journey, that's good. Future mode is good. But like, what I'm trying to say here is that what we essentially did was saying, hey, go to the website and give me 2 video ideas that this company can use to address this pain point and this pain point. And these were video ideas, but really, you can do this for all. So you can be like, hey, give me 2 lead generation ideas that the prospect can do to address these 2 pain points, right? All I did was pull these 2 pain points, put it in here, and just you can and then just put videos. But you can replace it for whatever market. So let's say you're doing health and wellness companies and brand awareness, right? You can just put, hey, create 2 high authority ad ideas for health and wellness companies and brand 2 high authority ad ideas or ad creatives that health and wellness companies can face when to address brand awareness or to address beating the stigma around whatever their mental health stuff is, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that you can use this for any and all type of offer or market. That's it. All I did here was just pull this and then just put my client's offer, right? And then what you can do is you can mention the ideas in email. So since these ideas are personalized for each company, we can use them in email to make it look like we came up with them just for them. So here's how. Hey, Name, I was on your website the other day and I had some difficulty understanding some of the technical stuff. I fear other buyers might have the same experience. So I got that line from this above, right? From this right here where it says demonstrating complex solutions, because this is a pain point that they face. So you can be like, hey, yeah, I was on your website and like I had some trouble understanding some of the technical stuff that you do. To combat this, here's some video ideas I have for you. And you can be like, video idea one that addresses that pain point, video idea 2 that addresses that pain point, video idea 3 that addresses that pain point. And then you will say, hey, again, I'm just sharing without knowing too much about your content strategy, but thought you might find this interesting. Would you be interested in blah, 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 right? So again, all I'm saying is you create creative ideas to address pain points that they have. And again, you can do this for every single offer. So it works super good. So I hope I sparked some ideas on how powerful tools like Clay can be. I'm certainly not an expert yet, but these 2 are just examples of, there's just 2 ways out of like millions to make your emails relevant and personalized with Clay. If you want to learn more about Clay, I highly, highly suggest you watch Eric Nowslowski, as he's the Clay GOAT. Like that guy is, he's super good. If you're a beginner, go watch his stuff. He has hundreds and hundreds of videos of how to use Clay. One thing is, I just want to get across the point that using Clay, you can pull so many data sources and so many different types of essentially relevance and personalization. So what I mean is, like, I was watching somebody create a cold email campaign a few weeks ago about, he was selling to property managers. And the way he was doing this was, there's a thing called RSS feed. So what an RSS feed is it's a signal that gets sent out that essentially gets sent out anytime an article or a publication is published, right? So like an article is published. So what he was doing was, for the entire country of Australia, he was pulling RSS feed for storms, right? And then once the RSS feed was published, he would reach out to the person who published the articles or the property managers of that article or whatever it may be, and to say, hey, I noticed that this area that you manage is going through a storm, is about to face a storm, or just went through a storm. Would you be interested in blah, 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 right? So that's just one of the millions of ways that you can personalize it. And I really, really, really want to, like, if you run cold email, try out Clay. It's so powerful, it's so relevant, and it can really change your entire outbound campaign. So summarize here: don't use generic like saw you want to X school personalization. Make sure your personalization is relevant to the person you're reaching out to, whether that is calling out a pain point, calling out a competitor, or anything else. And I highly recommend you do some type of relevant personalization, as your emails will come across as genuine and make it seem like you really understand the prospect. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I took too much, or sorry if I talked a little too much, but if you are a B2B agency or B2B business that's making over $30,000 a month, book a time with me below, and we'll book your next 3 calls for free. Hope you found that valuable. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.